Hello guys, I am Samantha the Introvert. I have two channels, Samantha the Introvert, where I do recaps, and Samantha the Introvert 2, where I just put out what I think will happen, like predictions. I recently opened a Patreon of the same name. Anyways, today's recap is the special episode of The Boy Next World. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, this special will talk about the other series from the other world. The series that hairstyle has the same as pay you in loving the hair. That series. Anyways, Sirius is always having dreams of being in love with a Pugan of another world which he do not know. In fact, he doesn't even know a Pugan at all is what keeps shocking him. Well, one thing I can say is that each series from any world, they all do crypto or trading or whatever it is they do. Each setup is the same. The show just only show the different angles of the room to make it look different. This woman, I can't even pronounce her name and I'm not even going to try because I might be butchering it and I don't want to do that. But she's a mad genius. Her imagination is wild. Okay, so this is kind of like the reverse world of Sirius, but this time Pugan is doing the stalking and pursuing. No version in this one is so cute, I love it. Anyways, he's hiding from Sirius, but got caught because Sirius crushed his cute little note that was placed on his snack bag, and Pugan yelled out not to do it, but got caught. And so Pugan went back into hiding. Too cute. Let me tell you, this version of Sirius has a mouth on him. He is not filtered. Plus, he is very rude, but yet Pugan likes it and likes Sirius. I guess Pugan likes the bad guys, the bad boys. Today, Sirius took the snack today, which means Pugan has been sending snack to Sirius a lot, but this time, today, Sirius took them. Okay, the special episode is called A World Where We Don't Know Each Other. Okay, so Sirius and Pugan do go to the same university, but right now Sirius feels like someone is following him, which is kinda true, but they do go to the same school. They would have to go through the same pathway, but Pugan makes it so suspicious because he keeps hiding when Sirius looks back. Remember when I said Sirius has no filter to his mouth? Well, he did a project and he gave it to the teacher, and the teacher talking to him about that project. But the thing is, the teacher instructed him to do it the way the teacher wants him to do it. But Sirius refuses to do that. Sirius told the teacher that he doesn't want to do that. Down to the stubbornness and non-filtered mouth, I see why Pugan likes him. While that happened, Sirius sees Pugan, who got shy, and Sirius seemed to find it cute. See, at this point, I feel Pugan has no Ross life because he waiting until night to see Sirius to go home. Like a watch guard. Sir, you gotta protect yourself too. Who's gonna protect you? Now it's the next day, and while Pugan is in his Delulu land, his friend shows up. Trust me, Pugan do not have to tell them why he is in Delulu land. They already know of Pugan obsessed with Sirius. They know Pugan has been in love with Sirius from high school because Sirius and Pugan has been in the same high school. Same scenario with the cup, just a little tweaking in the system, but the same scenario. Achi, I still don't like your ass. With the shit that you pulled, I will never like you in any universe. So they're telling a story on one time Pugan stole a poster from the school because Sirius was on it. Homeboy got it bad. It's safe to say that he's worse than the Sirius in the other universe. Now he has the poster and still has that poster. They know that when it comes to Sirius, Pugan gets carried away when he's speaking about him. And Pugan mentioned about Sirius' father and actually effed up and asked about the father. And Pugan went on and on about the relationship Sirius has with his father. Pugan ended up ending the story because his phone alarmed indicating that Sirius' class has ended and Pugan wants to see Sirius. After leaving, his friends talking among themselves saying that Pugan is usually a shy and quiet person, but when it comes to Sirius, he talks non-stop. Just like clockwork, they cross paths at the canteen. I really have no idea how Pugan knows that Sirius will be in this location, but whatever. So Sirius went with a friend that I call dumbass in this other world and buys something to eat. And that is when Pugan went to the table and put down a iced coffee that he bought for Sirius. And of course put a little cute note on it. They came back and they saw the coffee, and the friend said that it's one of Sirius' fans because Sirius is very handsome and popular and he gained a lot of fans. But this time, this gift had a note, which no one ever did. But because this gesture was recently done to Sirius, Sirius could instantly know who did it. But Sirius keeps teasing Pugan that he would throw it away, but ended up keeping it. I just love the change up in facial expression in Pugan's, the way he keeps doing it. Sirius ended up drinking it too. Now, for context, Sirius is not someone who would drink or eat from people, but today is an exception because Sirius already knows who's it coming from. Meanwhile, the guardian angel is watching from a distance. I'm talking about Jin and Wim. Now, as usual, Pugan is waiting for Sirius, but this time Jin came to Pugan to tell Pugan that he needs to stop being a creep and tries to approach Sirius if he wants to know if Sirius will like him. Oh, I forgot to say that Jin has mind reading powers in this universe too, and he could actually read and tell when Wim is near. You don't need rocket science to know that these two are talking, right? Anyways, Wim is telling Pugan that Sirius had gained the attention of Pugan because Sirius went to Wim to ask about Pugan. See, Pugan's stalking effort is working. The fact that Pugan knows that he's stalking Sirius like a creep, but it took Pugan till now to physically say that this is not right. Right in front of Jin and Wim, who already knows of this. Because Pugan was freaking about this discovery, Wim told Pugan that he has an idea. The idea is that Sirius is going on a camping trip with the other seniors, and Wim told Pugan to join so he can get closer to Sirius. Pugan was so eager to go, rushed right home just to pack, but it's too bad that this version of Pugan is not believing in luck, because if he did, he would have packed some really colorful lucky underwears. She still has the posters of Sirius, even more photos, the thing Pugan do for love. Sirius, he been loving you for years, but even though Sirius not recognizing his existence, even if he purposely attended the same university, it's okay because as long as Pugan can see him from a distance or take little pictures of him, it's okay for him. He doesn't have to recognize him. That's what he said. It's day after camping trip, and Sirius is talking to Wim and the dumbass friend who doesn't really hack dumb, but we're just gonna say it's dumb. Anyways, Wim sees that Pugan shows up, but Wim wants to distract Sirius so Pugan doesn't get caught by Sirius. Jin is helping as well. Also, Jin went on the trip because Wim is going. So Jin let Pugan sit in an empty seat and there's another empty seat beside him. He's making sure that no one except for Sirius, because that is who is supposed to be in that empty seat beside Pugan, to go sit there, while Jin will be sitting in the next seat, of course, with Wim. While Sirius went on the bus, he sees this, but there's another empty seat behind Pugan, but the dumbass friend is using both seats as a bed, so Sirius ended up sitting next to Pugan. Of course, Pugan is being shy, but he's so cute. I want one. Also, this is a very cute sweater that Pugan has. Damn, I don't think I know fashion. I think this is called a cardigan, right? Leave a comment if I'm right. Sirius tries to build a conversation with Pugan, and all Sirius is getting is a 1 and 2 answers. I'm telling you, even Sirius thinks this boy is cute. But the hiding thing is getting too much, and Sirius knows that Pugan is feeling uncomfortable, so Sirius pretends to go to sleep to let Pugan relax. And Pugan covers Sirius with his sweater. Cardigan. Please don't comfort me, I'm not a fashionista. Of course, this gesture is sweet. It got to Sirius smiling. Okay, they got at the location, and Wim seems to be the retreat boss who is giving activities, and in this game activity will determine the winner, and also the winner gets the bigger tent, and the loser gets to sleep outside in a sleeping bag. What shocked Pugan the most is who they will be pairing with. Wim said that their peer in this activity is a person they sat next to on the bus. I swear, Wim, you're a genius. Pugan went to talk to Wim and Jin to get them to change his partner, but Wim reminds Pugan that if Pugan needs to get over this secret crush thing and he wants to really be in a relationship with this person, he needs to get to bond with this person. So, you, Pugan, and Sirius go talk. The greatest thing about this retreat is Jin doesn't really have to do the activity because he can already go to sleep nicely in a cabin with Wim. Wim said Jin is the SU president boyfriend and he gained a lot of privilege. Damn, I want to gain privilege like that too. In the words of Ken Clark, it's not fair. Okay, let's pause for a second. Boss, whose idea was it to give you this pants? Because, you know what? Let's move on. Please, just let's move on. I didn't mean it in a bad way. The pants fit right and nice. Anyway, so they find clues and reading them, but they're not getting what they're supposed to be getting, which is getting Sirius angry. And Pugan said that to Pugan, he feels like he's not serving purpose to Sirius. So to prove his worth, Pugan decided to do all the dirty searching. The boy is really doing all this for Sirius. Sirius then grew impatient and went for everyone for their clues just to win this activity. And trust me, no one dares to fight Sirius back. Sirius talk the talk and he can walk the walk. He will fight you. He's not just all about bark, he will bite and he bites hard. Then Pugan decides to prove his worth again by separating from Sirius to go look for notes or clues. At this point, Pugan went a bit too far from actual people to see him. He then got scared because he heard someone running towards him, but turns out it's Sirius because Pugan left its side. Pugan hurt its ankle in the process and Sirius is piggybacking Pugan. Pugan loves that Sirius is caring for him and Sirius secretly likes the side of Pugan. Somehow, as luck will have it, they got the bigger tent, which they have to set up themselves. So now that Pugan has got the attention of Sirius, all he needs to do is to communicate. Wim seems to be the qubit of both worlds here. The funny thing is, Pugan is not really using any tactics to attract Sirius at this retreat, just his very existence alone, and the fact that Sirius is not seeing Pugan's existence around him, Sirius will go where Pugan is. They're at the campfire and they want Sirius to sing a song, so Sirius went to Pugan to ask what Pugan wants him to sing, and he will sing it. The fact that this boy just went right to Pugan and ignored everyone's existence is the greatest for me. After that, they went and go to sleep, but Pugan can't really sleep with this crush right next to him, so Pugan left the tent to get some fresh air. Pugan ended up seeing Wim and Jin walking together and was about to call out to them, but Sirius showed up and covered Pugan's mouth. Pugan then witnessed their romance. The kiss was on fire, I'm telling you, they were fire. Apparently because Pugan was so focused on Sirius so much and busy about Sirius, he never knew that Jin and Wim were in a romantic relationship. Sirius, on the other hand, he knew about Jin and Wim romantic relationship for 1 year because that's when they were in a relationship for a year. Sirius knew it all. Donut and Ford, they did good. So good that me and Y better put them in another drama because I need to see more of them. Pugan and Sirius went back to their tent and Sirius started asking Pugan a lot of questions and some of the questions including if Pugan likes him. And Pugan shyly admits it. Pugan also then admits that he has been liking Sirius since high school. Sirius told Pugan now that he got his attention and he noticed Pugan now what? Now what? Pugan was too shy to talk to Sirius, so Sirius kissed Pugan. And that's the end of this world story. I'm not satisfied. Now, the next part, which is another world, the title is called A World Where We Know Each Other. This Pugan woke up from a dream that he just saw. It's not a dream actually, but to him it's a dream. Pugan really thought this was all a dream. If it is, then what the hell? Is Pugan the one doing all the imagination or is this not real and it's all in Sirius's mind? Pugan and Sirius are out at camping trip too, and outside Pugan is telling Sirius about his dream he had. Normally, Pugan would be the one not having this dream. Normally, it would be Sirius, but Sirius is curious but also jealous because Pugan told Sirius that in that dream, Pugan kissed Sirius. Pugan sees his man is jealous and kissed Sirius, and trust me, that kiss starts something in Sirius. What's a little jealous fight without a makeup sex? And trust me, it was worth it. Let me tell you something about Knowles and notice I said Knowles and not Pugan because this movement was improvised. Pugan said that Sirius can punish him any way he likes, but Sirius said he's not gonna punish Pugan. He will do Pugan roughly, and Pugan must judge who is rougher, him or the other Sirius from the other world. And trust me, tongue was involved, moaning was involved. Ah, the positions. Lord, ladies and gentlemen, who dares to test these two? Like, who will beat them in spicy scene? Come forth, because if I could show you all these positions, I would, but I'm not gonna. But trust me, it was there. Even after all that, Sirius is gearing up for more, and Pugan tells Sirius he needs energy to walk. That is one rough way of doing things, Sirius. Sirius was very rough that night. I really have nothing to say about this one except this is cute. Now the shower scene. We might not get little booty cheeks showing, but I can say we can accept it. Pugan out here remembering the day they met, the first day they met, which is where Sirius was all wet showing up in Pugan's doorstep. Technically, that's the first time that Pugan meets Sirius, but not exactly the first time that Sirius knows and kind of meet Pugan, but hey, the first time they both initially communicate. Now that would be it. Sirius said that someone once told him that in every world, Pugan is the light. So is there a world where there is no light? Then the story shifts in a complete darkness where we see only Sirius in the dark with the black Sirius approaching him. Apparently, it would seem the story's not done. Are we getting a season 2? Okay, guys, that is the end of my personal recap on the special episode of The Boy Next World. If there's gonna be a season 2, I'm there. So, see you next time. Bye.